What's going on, guys? Down here in my basement, and I got something in the mail, and I want to show you guys. I want to open it up here. I kind of have like a extreme mess down here. But this came from all the way from Red China, and it is laser galvanometers. These laser galvos are designed, this is just the guts to a laser projector, in other words, okay? And I'm going to make arcade games, or at least Vectrex games, play. I will project those vector games on a wall. Let's see what this is. Okay, this appears to be my power supply. Okay, let's set that aside. And this is interesting. There was two different ones on eBay, and I bought this one, and I don't know what this exactly is yet. But really, I'm probably just going to be using just this card right here. Okay, that's interesting. I'm going to have to look that up. Okay. But this is basically an audio amplifier. In some ways, you could say it's like an audio amplifier. And what that's going to do is that is going to connect with these cables and move these galvanometers. Now, let's see if I could get this out of the rubber bands here. Oh, this is way better quality than I thought it was in the picture. But there's these little mirrors. See if I can move it some. See that? And what's going to happen is, I bought some lasers also. Those came in the mail already. But a laser is going to go across here and touch this mirror. And this mirror is going to move depending on your X or Y movements. I mean, and let's say this is X, okay? And then the laser is going to reflect onto this mirror, which will move and make my Y, okay? So now since I can control X and Y movements, then I should be able to project a laser image onto a wall that will let me play asteroids or whatever. Now the biggest concern for me right now, I have not hooked this up yet. I'm going to try to find something nice to put this together with. But I have, oh, by the way, in the background, you can hear my ducks quacking. I don't know if you can hear that or not. I'm in my basement. I'm in my basement against the wall where all the ducks are outside. But anyways, my biggest concern here is these aren't very fast compared to, let's say, you have a vector monitor right here. Now this yoke coil is extremely fast, you know what I mean, compared to this. So I'm going to see where we can go, see if we can get this going. I may get desperate and actually underclock some hardware just so I can make these work. Now these are rated at 30 kilopoints per second at 5 degree. Anyways, when I got the box said right on the lid 20 kilopoints per second. So that's probably what these really are. You know how when you buy stuff from China they always lie. But yeah. So let's test these things out and let me build some kind of rig. And I have got to clean up my messy. Look at this. I got to clean up my messy little workbench here. So, yeah, let's build some kind of thing, and I'll do a little bit of cleanup, and let's see if we can get a laser arcade machine, displayed on the wall. Okay, so this is everything mounted to a piece of wood. Now, this is just some quick, random, I'm excited, slap together thing that I'm doing. And I've already tested it, and it doesn't look too good, but this is just the beginning. We will get this better. But, okay. For now, I ordered two types of lasers. I ordered your standard cheapo red laser, and this is the kind of laser that's in a laser pointer. I got like 10 of them for $5, and it was in the USA, so it shipped in I got it in like a week or less. And I got a nicer laser
Now the laser, the nicer laser I bought was from China, which might have been a mistake because it's probably going to take a month before I get it. Anyways, this is only, I think it was 5 milliwatt or something like that. Well, the other laser I bought was 200 milliwatt, so it's many times better than, it's brighter than the laser here. And I do realize why I definitely need a brighter laser. I'll show you in a minute. But, okay, so what I did is I cut the original plugs, and these wires right here, are going to my Vectrex, which is right here. Okay. Anyway, so instead of driving the original CRT monitor, instead of driving the deflection board, I should say, they are now driving this guy right here. They're going right into the inputs right here. Now that is for X and Y, and my Z. You see, all right. Let's say I wanted to draw an NX. Well, that all I would need is X and Y. Okay. But if I wanted to draw two X's separate from each other on the screen, I would have to turn the beam off and then back on to start this X. Otherwise, there would just be random beams and lines connecting everything together. So I have to have some kind of circuit that turns the Z on and off. Now the Z is basically the beam. Is there a beam or is there not a beam? Okay. So I could have just got a standard MOSFET, but I did happen to have this laying around, which is like it's got 4 MOSFETs on one board. And instead of wiring my Z into here, I just wired it directly to the MOSFET itself. And this is just, once again, this is a quick throw together thing that I'm doing. But I have 15 volts coming in, and it's switching a 7805 5-volt regulator, which is then going through a 100 ohm resistor, which would limit my current going directly to the diode. Not the best circuit, but this is just what I'm doing to do a quick test and you know, to get it to work. Now this is the power supply. It's supplying plus and minus 15 volts to the I don't know what this is called. Is this called the show board? Maybe you laser guys could clue me in, because I really don't know much about laser stuff yet. But yeah, so let me show you, give you a little example of what it's doing right now. Now, so far, I can tell you right now that these galvos are not keeping up. They're on the slow side. So I have to decrease the signal strength, which is what these little potentiometers are for, to make the picture smaller, so the mirrors don't move as much. Now, when those mirrors move, those mirrors have some weight to them. So it's hard to swing it all the way this way and swing it back the other way fast enough. So points that are drawn should be crisp and clean and sharp points. Instead, they're rounder and softer than I want them to be. And my biggest problem of all is this. It's just so out of focus. It's a cheap laser. I have a good laser coming. So I guess I'm going to make a part 2 of this video when I get it working better. But for now, let me show you what it looks like. Okay, I'm kind of putting it in the shade a little bit so you can kind of see what's going on. This is a game called Mindstorm on the Vectrex. And as you can see, these dots, they're supposed to be dots in the screen, and the Z amplifier is not shutting off fast enough, and it's making lines where these should be dots all around the screen. But it's actually somewhat being drawn okay. But I mean, you know, the galvanometers are running kind of slow, you know. But you know, so you know what? I'm going to turn Vectrex on and show you what this is supposed to look like. Hold on. Okay. Now, the picture is actually larger than it's supposed to be because I actually overclocked this. I made a circuit in a previous video on my Vectrex where I added these switches which allowed me to over and underclock it. And I found that if I underclock it, it gives these galvanometers more time to draw the circuit that needs to be drawn. Now, this game is actually supposed to be at that speed, okay, which is much faster. And unfortunately, I just don't think I have a fast enough projector set up to display it at this speed. So, yeah, so that's what it's supposed to look like. And one more time, let me show you what I got. Yeah. Now, once again, this is very, very out of focus. So the new beam is going to help me out greatly. But yeah, that's what it's supposed to look like. So, I guess tune in for the next video when I'll have a better picture. What's going on, guys? If you're watching this video, that means I figured out some kind of video editor. Because recently YouTube dropped support for their video editor, and so I probably figured something out by now. Space Wars monitor, the high voltage took a crap on me, so I'm gonna have to fix that. And what do you call it? The high voltage on Asteroids Deluxe took a crap on me. So I'll have to figure that out. I'm probably gonna do an all-nighter, and I'll probably fix both of them tonight. But this video is gonna be about two things. Oh, by the way, check out my LED lights. I can change the colors with this remote. It's kind of cool. Or it changes its own colors. But this video is gonna be about two things. I got myself a rip-off. Well, I finished the rip-off. I still got to do the coin door, but you know. So I'm going to do some gameplay of RIPOFF, and I'm going to show you guys a project I'm working on with making a laser projector for a Vectrex. I have the camera set up here, and let's play a game. Let me open this coin door up. And I turn the lights off, so now I can't see. There we go. Yeah, if I get my guy, my tank, and if I sit right here in the middle, it messes with the controls. You see that? It just randomly did a bunch of crazy stuff. But anyways, the the point of this game is to protect your fuel cells, which is what these triangles are in the center of the screen. And you know, the game, you can die as many times as you want. You can just die a whole bunch of times, and it doesn't count against you. But when you eventually lose when you run out of all your fuel cells. So as long as there's fuel cells on the screen, you can basically stay alive. And this game is really hard, actually. But I love vectors, and this also happens to be a fun playing vector, as far as I'm concerned. And that's a big, big bonus. And the frequency just gets higher and higher, the more fuel cells you lose. Now if you want to, you can ram them, or you can shoot them. I'm not gonna last much longer now. You bastard! Ah! I'm dead. Well, that was RIPOFF. Hey, if you guys like the channel, if you guys want to see more kinds of arcade things like that, hit the subscribe button, which will be right about here, and have a good day.